Have you ever found yourself caught in a whirlwind of worry, consumed by a sense of unease that seems to permeate your every thought? If so, you're not alone. This feeling, this inexplicable storm within, is what we commonly refer to as anxiety. It's a term we've all heard, and a feeling most of us have experienced. It's a natural response to stress, a primal mechanism designed to prepare us for potential danger. But what happens when this fleeting visitor overstays its welcome, transforming into a persistent resident that disrupts the harmony of our daily lives? Anxiety, in its most benign form, is a temporary response to a stressful situation. It's that flutter in your stomach before a big presentation, or that knot in your throat when you're faced with a difficult decision. But for some of us, anxiety morphs into something far more sinister. It becomes a disorder characterized by excessive and persistent worry that significantly impacts our day-to-day existence. There are various forms of anxiety disorders, each with its unique set of symptoms and triggers. There's generalized anxiety disorder, characterized by a persistent worry about various aspects of life. Then we have social anxiety disorder, which manifests as an intense fear of social situations. Panic disorder is another type, characterized by sudden and unexpected episodes of intense fear. And then we have phobias, an irrational fear of specific objects or situations. The inner storm of anxiety is as complex as it is disruptive. It's a labyrinth, a puzzle that requires time and patience to solve. To truly understand this phenomenon, to unravel the threads of anxiety and make sense of its intricate patterns, we need to delve deeper. We need to explore the different types of anxiety disorders, understand their causes, and explore viable strategies for managing them. To understand this inner storm, we need to delve into the different types of anxiety disorders. Imagine feeling a constant nagging worry about various aspects of life, often accompanied by physical symptoms. This is the reality of generalized anxiety disorder, or GAD. GAD is like a storm that doesn't pass, a cloud of worry that hovers persistently. It's the uneasy feeling you get when you think about an upcoming presentation, but amplified, and it doesn't dissipate once the event is over. Instead, it latches onto other aspects of life. Your health, finances, family matters, or even just the daily tasks that lie ahead. It's as if your mind is caught in a loop of what-ifs, constantly forecasting worst-case scenarios. This pervasive worry can feel overwhelming, often leading to physical symptoms. Imagine your body in a perpetual state of high alert. Your muscles tensed, your heart beating faster, your breath short. It's like running a marathon without actually moving an inch. This can lead to feelings of fatigue, making even the simplest tasks seem like insurmountable challenges. GAD doesn't discriminate. It can affect anyone, regardless of age, gender, or background. It's not merely being a worrywart or overthinking. It's a recognized mental health condition, a constant companion that turns even the calmest waters into turbulent seas. But here's the thing. GAD, like other forms of anxiety, is manageable. There are tools and techniques available to help navigate the storm. It might not disappear completely, but with the right support and treatment, it can become a drizzle rather than a downpour. GAD is just one form of anxiety. Let's explore another type, social anxiety disorder. Ever felt an intense fear of social situations, a dread of scrutiny that leads to avoidance and distress? This is the world of social anxiety disorder. Social anxiety disorder, or SAD, is not just about feeling a little shy or nervous before a big event. It's an intense fear that can take over one's life, making even the most mundane tasks, like ordering a coffee or making small talk, seem insurmountable. Imagine feeling a knot in your stomach every time you're around others. You're constantly worried about being judged, embarrassed, or humiliated. Even when you know your fears are irrational or overblown, you can't shake them off. That's the daily reality for those struggling with social anxiety disorder. It's like being stuck in a loop of fear and avoidance. The more you avoid social situations, the stronger the fear becomes. You might start to feel isolated, trapped in your own world, cut off from the joy and connection that others seem to enjoy so freely. The distress caused by this disorder is not just emotional, it's physical too. You might feel your heart racing, your palms sweating, or your body trembling. You might feel a lump in your throat, a churning in your stomach. These physical symptoms can further intensify your fear, creating a vicious cycle that's hard to break. It's also important to highlight that social anxiety disorder can manifest in different ways. Some people might fear specific situations like speaking in public or eating in front of others. Others might feel anxious in a wide range of social situations. The common thread is the fear of scrutiny and negative evaluation. But remember, social anxiety disorder is not a life sentence. It's a treatable condition. With the right help and support, it's possible to break free from the shackles of fear and reclaim your life. Social anxiety disorder can be debilitating, but anxiety also manifests in other forms, such as panic disorder. Imagine feeling sudden, unexpected episodes of intense fear, accompanied by physical symptoms and a sense of losing control. This is panic disorder. Panic disorder is characterized by recurrent, unexpected panic attacks. A panic attack is an abrupt surge of intense fear or discomfort that peaks within minutes. During these attacks, individuals may feel their heart pounding or racing, sweating, trembling, shortness of breath, and an overwhelming feeling of impending doom. It's as if you're placed right in the middle of a horror movie scene, but there's no director to yell "cut." Now imagine living in constant fear of these panic attacks. This fear can be so intense that it interferes with your daily activities and leads you to avoid places where you have had panic attacks before. This is the reality for those living with panic disorder. Next, we move on to phobias. Phobias are intense, irrational fears of specific objects or situations. This isn't about just being scared of spiders or heights. It's an extreme, debilitating fear that's out of proportion to the actual danger posed by the feared object or situation. For instance, someone with arachnophobia, a fear of spiders, might go to great lengths to ensure they never encounter a spider. They might refuse to visit certain places or even leave their own home during certain times of the year. The fear is so intense, it controls their life. Or consider agoraphobia, a fear of places or situations that might cause panic, helplessness, or embarrassment. This could lead to someone avoiding public spaces, traveling, or even leaving their home. These fears may seem irrational to some, but to those who experience them, they are very real and often debilitating. Panic disorder and phobias are just two forms of anxiety disorders, each presenting unique challenges to those who live with them. They are not signs of weakness or overreacting. They are serious conditions that require understanding and medical attention. These are just some of the ways anxiety can manifest. But what causes these disorders? The roots of anxiety are complex and multifaceted, intertwining genetic predispositions, brain chemistry, environmental factors, and life experiences. Let's begin with genetics. Studies show that if a close family member has an anxiety disorder, you're more likely to develop one too. It's like having an inherited susceptibility to anxiety, but it's not the whole story. Even identical twins don't always both have anxiety disorders, which indicates that genes alone don't predict who will develop these conditions. Next, we delve into the realm of brain chemistry. Our brains are intricate networks of chemicals and electrical signals. When these systems are out of balance, it can lead to feelings of anxiety. For instance, an imbalance in neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, often associated with mood regulation, could play a role in anxiety disorders. Now, let's consider the environment. The world around us can significantly impact our mental health. Stressful life events, such as moving to a new place, losing a loved one, or going through a divorce, could trigger anxiety disorders. Long-term exposure to stressful or traumatic environments, like abusive relationships or high-pressure jobs, may also contribute to the development of these conditions. Lastly, our individual life experiences play a significant role. Experiences from our early years, especially traumatic ones like neglect or abuse, can leave a lasting impact and increase our vulnerability to anxiety later in life. But it's important to remember that these factors are not determinants, but merely influences. Just because you have a genetic predisposition or have faced certain life experiences doesn't mean you're destined to struggle with anxiety. It simply means you might be more susceptible. Understanding the causes is crucial, but remember, having an anxiety disorder is not a life sentence. It's a challenge, yes, but one that can be managed and overcome. It's part of your journey, not the end point. And remember, there's help available and hope is always on the horizon. Living with an anxiety disorder can be isolating and debilitating, but remember, effective treatments are available and you are not alone. Managing anxiety is a journey, and like any journey, it requires the right tools and strategies. Let's delve into some of the key strategies that can help you navigate the turbulent waters of anxiety. Firstly, therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, is a particularly effective form of therapy for anxiety disorders. CBT helps individuals identify and challenge negative thought patterns and develop coping mechanisms. It's like a training program for your mind, teaching you to respond differently to the triggers that elicit anxiety. Secondly, medication. Anti-anxiety medications used in conjunction with therapy can provide significant relief for some individuals. While not a cure-all, medication can be a valuable tool in your anxiety management toolbox, helping to level the playing field and making it easier for you to engage with other strategies. Thirdly, lifestyle changes. Regular exercise, relaxation techniques like deep breathing and meditation, and maintaining good sleep hygiene can all contribute to managing anxiety symptoms. These methods work by reducing your body's stress response, promoting a sense of calm and well-being. Finally, building a support network. Surround yourself with supportive and understanding friends and family. Sharing your struggles can be a powerful tool in overcoming anxiety. It's like having a team cheering you on, providing encouragement and understanding when the going gets tough. These strategies are not quick fixes. They require time, effort, and consistency, but with patience and perseverance, they can make a significant difference in managing anxiety. Remember, the journey towards managing anxiety is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient with yourself. The road may be long and challenging, but every step you take is a step towards a calmer, more fulfilling life. By understanding anxiety, seeking help, and implementing effective strategies, you can weather the storm and find the calm within you. A journey often begins with one step, and the first step to overcoming anxiety is understanding it. This comprehension involves recognizing the various forms anxiety can take, from generalized anxiety disorder to social anxiety disorder, panic disorder, and specific phobias. Understanding is not a solitary endeavor. It's about reaching out, seeking help from mental health professionals who can provide expert guidance and treatment. This help may come in different forms, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, which is particularly effective at helping individuals challenge negative thought patterns and develop coping mechanisms. For some, this journey may also involve medication, which can provide significant relief when used in conjunction with therapy. Implementing effective strategies is the next step. Regular exercise, relaxation techniques like deep breathing and meditation, good sleep hygiene are all integral parts of managing anxiety symptoms. It's also about building a supportive network around you, sharing your struggles with understanding friends and family. Let's remember, this journey is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes patience, resilience, and the ability to celebrate small victories along the way. The path may seem challenging at times, but always remember that you're not alone. Millions of individuals worldwide grapple with anxiety, and there's a whole community of people who understand, who've been there, who are there to support you. So, as we conclude this exploration of anxiety, let's hold on to the hope that there is a path towards a calmer, more fulfilling life. There's a way to weather the storm and find the calm within. The journey may be long, the road may be winding, but with understanding, help, and effective strategies, you can navigate through the storm and find your calm. There is hope, and there's a path towards a calmer, more fulfilling life. You are not alone in this journey.